We're supposed to be going over budgeting today, right?
Yes, we are. And I went through my calendar. Number one, the first thing I noticed was like, oh my goodness, there was like hardly any gigs. Like I wasn't making money. So what did I do? How did I survive? Was the first thing that came to mind while going over it. So it was kind of cool because it's important for me to start now in July and start preparing for January, where there's probably going to be not as much income, let's just say.
Right.
There was 3 weeks of not working because I had COVID, and then I'd signed with the manager, and then winning Joyburst, paid off some studio costs and lived off of that money for a little bit, because even in April, like I was like, oh, we weren't that busy. It really wasn't until June that work really picked up. Maybe, oh, lovely. Canada's Got Talent just sent me an email. Gotta love that. Casting team is reaching out, asking me to be part of the show. Young Canada's Got Talent this year.
Lit. Congratulations.
Yeah. Cool, because the game is set myself up for the off season. We'll say summer's like on. It's like, okay, what venues, like coffee shops, hotels, senior homes, like C-list rooms, but are there some B rooms? And obviously is there corporate and Christmas and all that stuff. And it's just like, I don't know, it's just exciting that we're gonna like map this out. It's nice to do it with someone, because I feel like it's great to have a mentor and a partner to like, bounce ideas off and map it out, right?
I'm just trying to organize this in a way that will make sense to keep track of. So instead of putting $400 for the Ellis, I want to have the dates and know that every time you were there, it was $200. So let's start from the top, January 1st.
So
now that like this, I'm just going to make you a collaborator on this. You see the format, you can fill out the rest. Now we have a good view. Total yearly income. Do you have a calculator?
yeah. So that's 1375.
Let's just call it 1375. That's halfway through the year. If you match what you did before, you're on pace to do $27,050. This is your projected income,
Which is still under the 30K mark. So that means I don't have to pay taxes on it, which I don't hate.
I'm going to look at what your desired goals are.
Oh, we didn't count Joyburst 10,000.
If you wanted to do even 6, that means that in your peak months, you would have to double your income. We have work to do. We have to find out which one of these things you can turn into residencies. The most common names are Ellis, Opal, Wild Fig, Fat Quinns.
The Wild Fig I don't play at anymore. They were like, we can't afford to keep paying you. They wanted to pay me like 160, and I was like, no.
So why did you not take the 160?
Because it was just like didn't feel right. I was like, no, I don't want to play at like an Executive Plaza hotel for $150, which is all the way across town.
Can you make tips there?
No.
Could you ask if you could make tips there?
Yeah, but like I just didn't want to do it. I was like, no, I'm not taking less.
So I'm gonna keep it real with you. You can't afford to do that, and you are still taking gigs for like $100. So I honestly don't see any rationality behind not taking the gig, especially if it can be a residency.
Okay, got it.
Personally, you don't have to take any of this advice. I'm just saying that personally, if they're in a position where they are telling you we can't afford it, it's probably because they can't afford it. You still need money.
I guess I factor in travel and like distance. Like Water Street's close, Paquin's is close, like Country Vines is just up the street. Like Wild Fig was like literally like an hour away.
Well, you really have to figure out if you care about making this money or not. Like right now, you're not in a place where you're turning down gigs. You're in a place where you need more gigs so you can be in a place to turn them down. So virtually, you're performing 15 plus times a month, right, to get to 3,000. You would like, regardless of how many times you play, to double that. And the only way for you to double your income right now is to virtually play every single day.